With May here and summer right around the corner, more and more people will make their way into the great outdoors. Some of those folks will be riding bikes, but not being aware of bike safety can cause problems for you and others sharing the road. We have our Nixon Norman live in the studio. And Nixon, how can people play it safe out there?
Well, Kanisha, with Mayor Battle's annual bike ride this coming Saturday and community biking events taking place throughout the month, I thought it'd be a good reminder to mention safety tips when it comes to both people on bikes and people in their cars. Let's take a look.
May is National Bike Safety Awareness Month, and the City of Huntsville has a bunch of upcoming bike events. Now, I'm going to share with you some of the best practices when it comes to being a cyclist and a motorist and sharing the road safely.
Now, first things first, cyclist, don't be like me and always wear a helmet, no matter how young or how old you are.
I'd say the main thing would be, make sure you're wearing a helmet. Most of the time when we see injuries that come from bike accidents, most of the serious injuries are going to be head trauma.
Everyone on the road has to obey traffic signals, even cyclists, and especially cyclists, as they do not have the body of a car to protect them.
Always obey traffic signals. There's the temptation sometimes to kind of scoot through intersections without necessarily paying attention to the signage or the lights.
Which brings me to my next point. For my drivers, although it can be frustrating sharing the road, all riders have a right to the roads, so be extra cautious around bikers.
All riders and all users of the roads are entitled to be there. And so it's just be considerate, make sure you're leaving enough space when you pass folks on narrow roads. Don't pass too quickly, don't pass too closely.
When it comes to passing a cyclist on a one-lane road, here's what you need to do.
Just make sure you yield to them, and when you see other cars coming, you can wait behind the bicycle until the lanes are clear and you actually have the dash line on the roadway where you can pass it and you can go around them.
And lastly, when it comes to kids riding bikes, parents should always be thinking ahead.
Make sure you know where your kids are. When they say they're going to go ride their bike, have a plan as into where they're going to be going, where they're going to. Know the route that they're going to take, if possible, because anything can happen.
And never hesitate to instill those safe practices in your child now.
I think the big thing is really imparting safety rules to our kids to ensure that they kind of grow into being responsible cycle users as well.
For more tips on bike safety all month, head on over to fox54.com. I'm Nixon Norman, Fox 54 News.
You heard me. For more information about safety, head on over to fox54.com. But also for more information and a full list of those biking events taking place this month. Well, you can find all of that there too. Live in the studio, Nixon Norman. Back to you, Kanisha.
Thank you, Nixon. And I must say, you have a lot of talent riding that bike.